let's talk a little bit about salaries, right? So, like there's an expectation of overtime with some salaries, and depending on the industry, there's historically been an expectation of a lot of overtime in some industries, banking and stuff like that, where you wouldn't get paid for 4 hours overtime. Like times have changed, and I think that's been now.
Tell me about it. My when I started out, I was probably doing 80 hours a week. Yeah.
And now, there's been a whole push now by the government to call it theft. It's a
Mm.
pretty big call. And when you put a bit of a label on things like that, it's had a lot of negative connotations. Um, Thieving, being dishonest.
Well, they call it wage theft, which is the closing the loopholes legislation that came in, which is effectively changing the penalties and making the directors personally liable. So, you know, a lot of times people start a company because a company is a separate legal entity, and as a separate legal entity, you don't have to necessarily worry about your own home being at risk because it's a company. Well, employment law is one of those areas that uh, that corporate veil, which we call, can be pierced and go straight after the director for personal liability. So, which is not withholding your tax, your employee's tax, not paying the super, not paying your corporate tax, not paying your employees the proper wage.
Yep.
These are all items that can make a director personally liable.